Hello everybody, blessings. Today is January 29th, 2023, and I have been asked to do a oracle reading. Today is going to be, I feel like I've been hearing some of the Ascended Masters very strongly, and so I have been asking them to come through today and do a little bit of a reading with them. So I have the energy of the Ascended Masters here. I've got my beautiful large calcite. I'm going to be using the Keepers of the Light Oracle today. This is by Kyle Gray. They work with all the light beings and the Ascended Masters. And the Soul's Journey, it's a lesson card oracle from James Van Praagh. Both decks I have a very strong bond with, and I am grateful for the messages that always come through. So today, just going to give a clearing. These are the Tibetan bells, and I use these. A lot of people like to smudge. I have different modalities of clearing the energy. It depends on what I'm working with. Sometimes I use a sage. Sometimes I use a beautiful rose smudge. But today the energy is very, very high. And so with that, that's why I'm using the calcite. This is beautiful for working with angels and the Ascended Masters, higher self, and the Tibetan bells, because the sound is something that when we clear the energy with the sound, it just automatically brightens up the energy. It brings the resonance very, very high. And those of us who are very in tune with music, I think we understand that when we're listening to a song that resonates, it brings that energy right through, right? The grounding comes, and then it comes right through the crown chakra. I'd like to thank all of the light beings, the Ascended Masters, the angels, Source, Spirit, and Higher Self for looking over this divination and giving us a message today for the highest good. I'm just going to quickly shuffle the cards. Because these are oracles, some oracles I understand that you can pull them upside down, but that is not something that I really focus on when it comes to the oracle readings. I try to keep it that it's just a message of what the energy is coming through. They're asking that I pick 2. And usually I do 3, but this one is 2 today. So and I always take the cards if they jump out, or if I go to move them and they have fallen out of the deck, they raise up. Those are the cards that I take. That's the energy I feel pulled. Okay. The first card today is Freya. Phases and cycles. There's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. And immediately I am drawn to the raven that's sitting on her shoulder. I know that is a medicine that everybody's been working with a lot recently, is some of the raven medicines. And of course, the lunar cycle, we just came upon a new moon, so it's kind of that fresh energy that we have going on to co-create. I'm just going to get read from the book. Okay. A phase of your life may be coming to an end, but it's important to acknowledge it's not the end. When one door closes, another opens. You may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you could feel vulnerable. Know that the mighty goddess Freya will guide you. Illusions are now being revealed, so you can leave behind anything that is false. Step into your peaceful warrior-like energy and welcome the changes you deserve. Tie up all loose ends and take heart. This is an exciting time. And I think this, what her energy is coming through and just giving me to say on a side note is that it's very difficult when we're going through change and we try to direct the change. And I believe the message that I'm getting from her is that with this new moon energy that just came in, we're in Aquarius now, is not to direct the change, not so much. I know we want to manifest, and of course that's co-creating, manifesting everything that we're doing to bring in this new energy. But I feel like what she's saying is Freya wants us to surrender to the change and allow the change to occur and focus more on the emotions of it. The moon energy, the lunar cycles, that's very, very powerful. And so sometimes I know a lot of people, I hear online, they are very affected by the lunar energy. And so I think what she's asking is that know that we're guided. We're guided in both places, where we are, from our higher self, from the ancients and all the masters. They're guiding us. And with the energy that's coming in with the new moon, don't worry so much about the manifesting part. We have that under control now. What we need to do is really focus on the tides of energy. The moon brings in different tides and different cycles. And that's what's really, once we surrender and we work through that, then the manifest is much stronger. It solidifies. It becomes what we want, what we're asking. And it also solidifies the trust in the changes. But the first thing to do is to process the energy, go with that, allow, surrender, and then we can take it from there. Okay, the next card is Green Tara. Supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut and move beyond limitation. Trust. Her energy is very, very strong, very, very grounding, safe, earth energy. And you could see all the beautiful blossoms around her. Many of us love our gardens. And I feel like that's a beautiful place to connect with her. I'm just going to quick read from the book here. You are safe. Protection is all around you. The worst is behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that were set out for you. Cords are being cut between you and your past, so you can feel energetically clear and aware. Don't worry about recalling fearful experiences. They aren't going to be recreated right now. Just acknowledge them and leave them behind so you can step into the space of spiritual and personal freedom. Green Tara has placed a force field of complete love and acceptance around you. She is here to tell you that you no longer need to build up walls around your heart and that it's safe to trust what you feel and who is in your life today. And I feel like she is working with Freya, with the new moon energy. And she is bringing in that feeling of safety in what we're feeling, our emotions we're processing. Know that being vulnerable is okay. That it takes that surrender, that vulnerability to go into that space. And know that no matter what, though we may have some physical challenges in this world and we may feel emotional things going on, the soul that we're here now with is protected, and it's fine. We can never say that we're not going to have moments where things may occur where we're going to get injured, or we're going to have experiences, maybe wind up homeless, or, lose our job. These are experiences and lessons that we need here. But the core, the soul, that is connected to higher self, that is that part of source expression that we are here, is always protected. Nothing, no thing can ever harm that. And Green Tara is here to tell us that as we are through our experiences, our awareness of source, our fragment of love that we are here expressing source, she is with us and she is protecting us with her light. The green energy is the heart chakra, and we can connect with her in that space. As I said, I keep getting drawn to the beautiful flowers, especially around her head. She has all of these flowers in a halo. And so I feel like that, again, that's a lot of emotional space that we're going into, and it's very, very important for us to feel very protected when we're feeling vulnerable. Okay, so the next cards that I'm going to pick from, I'm just going to do a quick shuffle, is the Soul's Journey cards. And I'm just going to pick one from these, or saying one. Okay. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And this is the solar plexus chakra. Orange is very much the creative energy, the creative force. A lot of people say it's the sensual energy, the sexual energy that we experience. I'm just going to read from the book. It is time to open up and be completely honest with yourself at this present moment. Buried fears and resentments do not die. They merely fester and cause disease. Only by bringing them to the surface, examining them in the light of day, with love, compassion, you will banish them from your life. It may bring you pain and heartache to reflect upon these situations again, but you're only giving them power by suppressing them. The dangerous seeds of denial will grow and spread and manifest unless you uproot them, examine them, and release them. This is the only way to become whole and healthy. Learn not to bury painful emotions in the first place. Deal with them. Your soul wants to live honestly and authentically in the now. And I feel like this is definitely why we've had Green Tara come through. She's helping us work with this. A lot of times when these things surface, there was a reading I did a few days ago, and it came up with a lot of emotion with the water. And I feel like a lot of times when we're dealing with the energies, we want to go into that space where we don't want to feel. So we go into denial, and we say that we're good, we're fine, everything's good. Maybe a lot of times Spirit is really being strong with this message right now of that a lot of times people who are walking this path are awakening. We're exploring and learning what we're here for, our purpose. We have this self-talk where we say that we should know better, or we're not fully awake yet because we're in these spaces of emotion and we're processing, and a lot of times we can really put ourselves in a space of denial because we've told ourselves we know better. And Spirit is saying that being spiritual and awake doesn't change what happens to us on this journey. We still have to have emotions. We're still going to feel. We're still going to get angry. We're going to cry. We're going to have experiences that make us wonder, why did we choose to come here and go through this? But spirituality and being awake, these divination tools, they give us an understanding. It's like a guidebook. It doesn't take it away. And just because we're spiritual or we're awake doesn't stop the process. And that's a very strong message from Spirit right now, is that the masters are saying that, listen, they're guiding us. And sometimes we have to understand that it's not so much that we should know better, but it's how we go through this. It's trusting those moments that we have when we are being guided, that we have to go into it, like losing our job or someone we love. You have to go into the center of that. Don't deny it. Let yourself go through it. Let yourself feel it. Whatever way you want to process it. Use the tools that we're given. That's what the spirituality is. That's what the awareness is. All of these things, the oracle cards, the crystals, the mantras, they're all tools, not to take away the process of the journey, but to give us a space to center so we can hear what needs to happen next. And know that we're not alone. That's always the biggest message, is that we're not doing this alone. So I hope that some of this may have resonated and give a little light and strength to your day. And I understand that some oracle readers, they don't read from the book. They just kind of give their things through Spirit. And I like to do a little bit of both, because I don't want to lose the basic message of what the oracle card is coming through with. I think it's very important, just as a general thing, because this isn't a personalized message. It's for everybody, that we can relate to that. And the people that created the oracle cards really sat with each thing, and they brought through the energy. So that's why I tend to read some of the book and then give a little message from what Spirit is bringing through to understand it. So thank you so much for watching. Much love and many blessings.